play 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
it's relentless.
You have to bring your A game.
Came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. The day is finally here. These teams have been battling it out for 16 weeks in order to qualify for today's tournament. Welcome to the Road to the Finals.
It's a war, and we're going to play our hearts out. If whoever brings it home, it's bragging rights.
So we actually played a couple teams that were in the tournament, and we beat them by 20-something points.
We the best because we're #1 on Xbox. We score the most points per game, and we #1. I really don't know what to say.
Those guys are coming in a little confident, and team ball always beats superstar play.
Names aren't known on 2K by a lot of other players who are supposedly, top shelf big players, as they call it. So we're going to have an underdog advantage, sneak in there, hit them once, real quick and hard, and get out of there.
We are the best team in the tournament, and even if we don't know everything about all the other teams, we feel like we can adapt better than every other team in game.
We're on our A game, then we definitely have a great shot.
I'm looking forward to getting past the first, second, third, fourth round.
If we just play our game, I don't really think we have any weaknesses.
I think we're ready.
HG all the way, baby.
I'm telling you, we're gonna shock the world.
Let's just get this 250K, bro.
Keep watching. It's going to be a big show.
There's been a ton of smack talk leading up to the big day, and now it's finally time to see which 2 teams will make it to the finals on June 1st. One team from Xbox One and one team from PS4 will meet and battle for that $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals. You guys, this is high stakes. The tournament is single elimination, and the entire world is watching on 2K Streamcast. There's a lot of pressure for these 32 teams.
There's obviously a lot of pressure.
We never played at this high stakes.
I'm at work like a zombie because I stayed up practicing on 2K all night.
So I was trying to study with finals coming up the next week, plus be able to practice. It was a couple days with not much sleep.
We're gonna just try to focus on the task at hand, and that's to win that game.
It's relentless. Just staying up, trying to come up with plays.
We get a little jack crazy sometime,
We've been practicing every night. It's going to be worth it if we win.
It's going to be the closest to a celebrity that I'm going to be.
You have to bring your A game that day, because if you don't, you're out.
I just hope none of us catches like a performance anxiety, just knowing that we have all those eyes on us.
Now I'm here with Scott OG in the war room.
The initial games are going off great. They're super tight. So this is awesome for the tournament. It's awesome for everybody here. Again, it's accumulation of all the work that's gone into this year with this amazing development team. So it's exciting.
And I know that they're watching each game pretty closely, making sure it's fair. Is there anything that they're really looking out for?
Multiple things, but like you said, just pretty much fair play across the board. These teams have been gunning all year, from guys who got in from, game day 1 to game day 16. Try not to root for one particular team, but I look at the numbers, and Notorious for Winning screams, to be there in the final. They play against the original Dragon Kings in the 8-9 matchup, which I think is the best matchup of the tournament. The Notorious for Winning crew has been playing together since 2K8. That's something to, take note. And the Dragon Kings are top 5 in all of the big 7 categories, steals, blocks, points per game, all that, etc.
We have a lot more games to go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
all right.
Let's have some fun. The first game of the tournament set the bar high for these 32 elite teams.
My mom was really uptight with me, and she despised me sitting here 12 hours straight playing week in, week out. And my girlfriend also gives me a hard time about it because I have to give her time too.
Throwdown's Ball Up dropped his own highlight reel, throwing down 27 points on NYC Elite, our first qualified team.
This was our best pickup by far, probably the best point guard I've ever played with.
Only missing 3 shots for the entire game, there was nothing the defense could do to stop him. Throwdown took this one 66-43. You guys have any plans looking forward, or you sticking with?
I mean, yeah, we're watching the game right now to figure out what we want to do for the next game, who we want to really attack, and how we want to run our offense and everything.
Lockup hung in with GFG until the third, when GFG found their groove and started knocking down shots. Some nasty threes by GFG near the end sent Lockup home early with a 14-point loss. Team Views battled to gain some control this game, but it was a tough ride. Kenny and H-Towns from Lookin' At 'Em swatted 5 of the Views shots and took the double-digit victory. TOORAWW vs. the World came into this tournament focused and aggressive, which proved too much to handle for the number 4 Xbox One seed, Return of the Wave. A 20-point lead going into the 4th sealed this game, along with 30 from team owner Hall of Fame Jay.
To kick off the PS4 tournament, Default Settings got a brand new branding for the tournament, but unfortunately kept some bad habits. They had the most turnovers of all teams in the tournament during the qualification round, and 9 more took them out in the first round. The number 1 seed, No Limit, moves on, 64-56.
Hello?
Hi, it's Rachel from 2K TV.
Oh, hey.
Congrats on your last win.
Thank you.
How are you guys feeling right now?
We feel good. We think we can win it. We really happy.
What do you think is going to be the key to continue on?
Defense, and that's how we been playing from the beginning. We feel like defense is the way to win.
You guys are playing like a 1 seed. You guys are dominating out there.
Okay, thank y'all.
The statistical powerhouse notorious for winning matched up with the original Dragon Kings.
We looked at some of their gameplays that they posted on YouTube.
We've checked out a few of the heavy hitters, I guess you would say, and trying to figure out what their schemes are, if they have anything planned, if they run any plays or anything like that.
This highly anticipated matchup in the first round was dominated and backed Notorious for Winning's hype going into the tournament as they move on. Notorious for Winning 59, Dragon Kings 46. Then the first team to qualify for the PS4 bracket, the Druckerbockers. The Cinderella story traveled to HG's welcoming home court. Taking over with the highlights, a 4-point win was all Mr. Styles and his team needed to get into the next round. The commission had the last say and always opens time in the tournament. Holding off a late rally in the 4th, the commission closed them out in this battle of a first-round matchup.
Back on the Xbox side, we were greeted by the Ronnies, whose touching tribute was not enough to get them out of the first round. With the Jays knocking down 10 threes and the Ronnies committing 15 turnovers, this 31-point blowout was the largest in the first round. Next, the Late Night Crew legends traveled to Swish Basketball's home court.
When the tournament first came about, we were about 20 players deep. It was like a big old soap opera, I would say. Like it was constant movement of players and figuring out what's going to give us all the best opportunity. If we meet up, it's war, and we're going to play our hearts out.
The Legends led at half, but Swish Basketball's Damaris was on fire in the second. He dropped 32 points in this comeback win, taking one of the 2 Late Night Crew teams. Nearing the end of the Xbox One Round 1 games, we got our first overtime game of the tournament between Duck Duck Goose and Witness Gaming.
Our strengths is efficiency. We're very efficient on the court. We don't miss a lot of shots. We do not take bad shots. That's a big deal on our team. If you take a bad shot,
and
he's
then
a
we
little
have
guy.
our leader, which is Breeze TW, like basically like our court general. He makes us all better. So yeah, he's like basically the main leader of the team.
Breeze TW backed down Duck Duck in multiple isolations to put up 35 and snagged the first round win. It's Rachel from 2K TV.
I'm all right, Rachel. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you feeling? That was an awesome win.
Yeah, it was pretty intense right there. Yeah.
Going into OT in your first tournament game, were you guys expecting that?
We weren't actually, but our defense wasn't what it's supposed to be. We gave too many threes. A lot of people haven't seen what we're still capable of.
Oh man, I guess that we're gonna see it, right? Hopefully in the next couple rounds.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, congrats again on the win, and we'll be keeping up with you the rest of the way.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day as well. Thank you.
To finish the first round, we saw the second late night crew team in action. With high hopes to advance to the next round, they unfortunately recorded 10 turnovers, which was too much when up against these elite teams. Good Life's Hood Thoughts put up a double-double, leading his team to the next round.
Unfortunately, we didn't get as smooth of a conclusion for the PS4's first round.
15 passed. Score it 1-0 for the other team and advance them. Shoot first. They stopped responding to our messages to them and did not attempt to search in the amount of time we gave them. So we had to move on.
The number 2 seed, Atlantis Streak, advanced by disqualification. Back to the court, Top Notch took the side of the world in this matchup, increasing a 4-point halftime lead to a decisive 14-point win, thanks to Trust Slick, who notched a 30 spot in the points column. Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc that brought them to the tourney. Tough break. Top Notch 64, Us vs. the World 50. Power Outage dealt with an NBS surge that knocked them out of the tourney early.
We have this special chemistry as a team, Yeah, team ball. It's all about team ball.
7 We Trust didn't help, as this 24 points couldn't make up the deficit that him and his other backcourt mates had on the glass. And finally, more drama unfortunately wrapped up the PS4's first round, as our first Legend 5 in My Park's team was nowhere to be found.
We started hearing rumors yesterday that they may not be competing in this match, and then we got confirmation from the owner that, yeah, they were having some issues between teammates and that they may not show up today. So it seems like a lot of wasted time on their part. But yep, Bad Boys will go through with a score of 1-0. And then they'll end up moving on to round 2.
The 11th seed Bad Boys move on by disqualification.
All right, Scott, it's the end of round 1. A long round, a lot of games.
It's a lot of excitement.
A lot of excitement.
Yes.
They've been a lot closer than I think any of us really expected.
Yeah, all of us, at least here, who have been filling out our own brackets, have been on mostly the losing side. Teams have really changed their entire style of play. Got a lot of upsets. Looking at them in the Xbox division was a favorite amongst a lot of us. And they had a point differential of 71, and then they just got upset.
And we had one game that went into overtime.
Oh my goodness.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And some of these teams as well are starting to scout their next round.
Yes.
Like I was on the phone with a player, and he's like, I could tell he was distracted. He's like, sorry, I'm just like, I'm scouting for our next game. And you could just tell how focused they really are.
Absolutely.
What are you most looking forward to in this second round and beyond?
Of course, I've said their name countless times. Notorious for Winning right now is playing against the number 1 seed, No Limit. And then after that, it's really this upset of TOORAWW versus the World. If you're going, with the bracket, they upset the 4 seed. They scored a second high in the tournament of 73 points in the first round.
Late Night Crew, who qualified 3 teams, forfeited 1. They had 2 teams in the tournament, and now 2 teams gone after round 1.
Who would have thought, right? So I thought at least they would have 1, maybe 2 get into the Final 4. Will they be back next year? That's the big thing, is how many of these guys are going to say, screw it, and they're going to be done, or they're going to try to get better.
Revenge is sweet.
Oh man, that's it.
3, 2, hit that.
In the second round for Xbox One, 2 powerhouse teams in GFG and Throwdown took the court.
Oh man, this will help me go through college It's a big thing I want to do, is be the first in my family to go and start college and finish it out.
Throwdown was off to a good start, and this game was tight through the third quarter, but GFG took a slight lead going into the fourth and blocked any attempts to narrow the gap thanks to strong play from Drake Griffin. When TOORAWW vs. the World faced Looking At 'Em, it was a battle of the 3-ball. But there was only one team knocking down shots from deep in this game, and it was TOORAWW. Missing 12 3-pointers isn't going to get it done when you're facing elite teams in this Road to the Finals elimination tournament.
Kicking off round 2 for the PS4, the top-seeded No Limit took on the paper favorites notorious for winning. The ball is mightier than the pen. Putting up big numbers only helps if you can do it when it matters. And letting No Limit shoot nearly 70% from the field showed Notorious for winning their own limit. The second round. The number 1 seed No Limit advances 73-53. In our 12-4 matchup, the Druckerbockers found themselves in trouble in the second half, down 9 and needing to fight back against the commission. They fought back and tied the game with 3 minutes left in the fourth. This comeback battle unfortunately came down to the refs, where a flagrant foul with 40 seconds left to go swings a tie to an insurmountable 4-point lead for the Druckerbockers. That ended up being the big difference. The 12-seed Druckerbockers advanced 58-54.
The competition was getting heated, and I had to drop in on our live stream team to get their take on all the action.
You can tell no one's running many plays.
Yeah.
Like it's really just spread, drive, kick, motion, basketball.
They're running into teams that are equal to what they're able to do, or if not better.
Yeah.
This was always the goal, to get the gameplay to a point where it's competitive and it's you have the ability to compete on this level. I think it's a super important thing for the game.
I think the teams that are most adaptable are going to do the best. Consistency is key in single elimination tournaments, and this time around Witness Gaming just couldn't adjust in time. When their standout player Breeze only dropped 10 on 30% shooting, the Good Life took advantage and ultimately the win. The Jays may have blown out their competition in the first round, but Swish Basketball was not intimidated. Forcing 11 turnovers and bad shot selection, Swish Basketball walked away from this game without a scratch. Damaris once again had a great game, putting up 23 points.
We really don't care for other teams, so we mind our own business, and nobody knows what to expect from us.
We had MBS taking on the Bad Boys. Dwayne McHale dropped 32 for the Bad Boys, and as a team, they took less but smart shots. They went with quality over quantity, clearly passing up a good shot for a great shot, and this showed on the scoreboard with them shooting an astounding 70% from the field. The Bad Boys move on, 76-61. In the last second round matchup for the PS4, coming off the first round bye, Atlantis Streak ran smack into Top Notch. Keeping a 10-point lead throughout the game, Top Notch showed composure taking this W. Their dominance on the glass and on the defensive end helped them advance 57-45.
Round 2 is finished. And we have 8 teams left.
Yep.
Let's start on the PS4 side.
Let's do it. No Limit took out Notorious for winning, and they clearly look like a contender to be in the final.
Number 1 seed still going, and they are going against the Druckerbockers.
They are really the Cinderella story so far of this whole tournament. They were a 12 seed. They took out HG, who had a point differential of 68.5, which was alarming. And then they win on the controversial flagrant foul.
Moving along to the Bad Boys.
That lower end of the bracket, not as strong as of right now, but we'll see.
And then we have Top Notch.
Solid as well.
Best teams are moving forward. Now
Yes.
moving on to the Xbox bracket. GFG versus TOORAWW.
The biggest thing for GFG is that defensively, they're the best team in this tournament.
And TOORAWW has just been scoring.
Yeah, TOORAWW has been scoring. They won their last game by 23. Another upset, and I don't think people had them going very far either. So, very interesting.
All right, and now we have Good Life versus Swish, which is really cool.
That's gonna be a great matchup. This is a strong side of the bracket for sure.
It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Round 3, 8 teams will go to 4.
Oof.
If we do win, I'd look forward to the NBA Finals. That'll be a hell of a time.
We gonna do it together. Whatever we do with the money, we gonna do it all together as a team.
The winnings, a well-earned vacation with my family. My wife and my kids. I'm gonna take them somewhere nice.
TOORAWW vs. the World had great momentum going into this round 3 matchup. They were the only team to score over 70 in both of their first round games, but they had yet to go up against a defense like GFG's.
We have a lot of emotion. We want to win every game. Just try to stay together at all times.
This game was a struggle for TOORAWW. They not only gave up 16 turnovers, but also had no way to stop the kinds of shots GFG was draining. This blowout victory, backed by 23 points from Yeah I Compete and 22 from Thai ESGN, takes GFG to the Xbox One final.
How are you doing after those first 2 wins?
Oh man, we're doing okay. We're scouting out the next game, so.
You guys don't have too much longer before you play. Do you see your strategy changing at all?
We normally run like a 4-out, 1-in. We might go 5-out just because they play a 2-3 zone, or maybe put someone at the free throw line just to spread the zone.
You've actually been the highest scoring team of the tournament so far. How does that feel?
Wow. Feels good. I didn't know that.
What do you think is going to be the key for you guys, to make it all the way to the finals?
Definitely defense. Defense is the key. Defense wins championships, and that's what it's going to come down to.
You have Team Swish next. Is there anything about their style of play that you might be a little worried about?
Yeah, we played with them. I played with Damaris. I played with pretty much everyone on the roster, so we know each other.
Oh man, it's a friendly rivalry happening, but probably not friends once 2:45 rolls around.
No.
Good luck. Hopefully talk to you guys later.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
To find out who would meet GFG in the Xbox One final, we saw Good Life take on Swish Basketball.
We play a fast-paced, crash the boards type of style of play, and we rotate the ball. We play more of a Spurs type of offense.
His squad looked pretty good, so they're going to be a tough game.
Defense just might win this tournament for Good Life, as this 7-block and 8-steal performance prevented Swish Basketball from scoring like they're used to. Damaris still managed 17 points in the loss, but Good Life's Fresh Prince JT dropped 28 in the win. They are now just 1 game away from a chance at winning it all.
In our first PS4 semifinal, No Limit broke free and took a 7-point lead in the second quarter. The Druckerbockers took the comeback role once again, but No Limit's losses unacceptable motto kept their lead. The Druckerbockers earned every point to get back into the game, and with the game tied at 56, with only 3 seconds left, the Druckerbockers finally took the lead. No Limit managed to get a decent look for a buzzer beater for the tie, but luck was not on their side. It just didn't drop, and they could not close out the Druckerbockers as they moved on to the PS4 final. Druckerbockers 58, No Limit 56. In the other PlayStation semifinal, the Bad Boys took to Top Notch's court.
We play really well. We play a lot of help defense. We focus on a lot of things. A lot of little things too.
Going back and forth, both teams took smart shots and were relentless at each other. Trust Slick dropped 30 for Top Notch, but the Bad Boys stuck with them. Staying neck and neck through the first 3 quarters, Top Notch made their run in the fourth, going up 12 in the final 2 minutes to seal the game. They held on to that lead as they moved on to the PlayStation Championship to take on the Druckerbockers. The 7th seed Top Notch comes out on top, 68-55.
You guys had a little bit of like a comeback story.
Yeah.
And what about Top Notch? Have you guys been scouting them at all?
Yeah, we played them a couple times.
Do you have any new strategies going into this game?
Same thing, just play defense, score.
All right. Well, you sound pretty focused. Thank you for your time, and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
In the first of our final games of the Road to the Finals tournament, we have Good Life taking on GFG for the Xbox One Bracket Championship. Every possession was crucial in this championship game, and these evenly matched teams were well aware of the stakes. Good Life held on to a slight lead for most of regulation, entering the fourth quarter up 5 against GFG.
Woo! Barn burner.
Drake Griffin hit some key shots for GFG, which kept his team in the running. And when it came time for a clutch play at the end of the fourth, not one player stepped up to be the superstar that their team needed. Sloppy turnovers and quick timeouts killed both teams' momentum as we went into overtime. GFG took the quick advantage in overtime, nabbing a second chance offensive board and taking the early lead. Followed by a swatted dunk attempt, GFG kept Goodlife from tying it up.
They're up by 2 points right now, 2 minutes to go. So we'll see who wins this one. It's gonna be close.
Down 3, Goodlife had 15 seconds to extend the game, but no one wanted to take that shot. And a late timeout with 1.6 left on the clock gave Goodlife a contested 3 as their best option. And with that, Team GFG is your Xbox winners and move on to the June 1st final.
GFG, congratulations on making it to the finals.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Your game was incredible. What was going through your head?
Obviously, a lot of pressure, but we focus on trying to figure out what the other team is doing and focus on our defense. So we try to adjust and adapt to whatever we need to do. They made us change our defense a little bit. We had to get adjusted, and we adjusted towards the fourth quarter, and then we were able to pull it out.
That's awesome. The next time that we see you guys is going to be in LA on June 1st, competing for that $250,000 prize and a trip to the NBA Finals. You guys a little nervous about that?
No, we're not nervous at all. You know, at the end of the day, we've been playing 2K for years, and we trust each other. We got chemistry, you know, so me knowing these guys in real life, we believe in each other.
Can I have a virtual high five from you guys?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, good luck in the finals. Thank you for coming on and chatting with us, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you in person.
All right, Rachel. See you soon.
In the final game of the Road to the Finals tournament, we had the 12 seed, the Cinderella Story Druckerbockers, taking on the 7th seed, Top Notch. This winner will go on to face GFG in the Road to the Finals championship on June 1st. The Druckerbockers set the tone early with an immediate transition 3. But a reverse dunk and a smart play from Top Notch kept this game close in the first. Going into the second, the Druckerbockers found themselves in uncharted territory, holding a lead against their competition.
Just watching these guys and how patient the Druckerbockers are in particular, it's crazy. Just they're passing up so many what seem like open looks for better looks.
Maybe better suited for the comeback role, Top Notch came back and held a 2-point lead going into the final quarter of the Road to the Finals tournament.
Oh, nice.
The question is could they hold on?
Here with another final, the Druckerbockers versus Top Notch, and another one down to the wire. I can't believe that both finals games are turning out like this, and it's pretty amazing to watch.
And with 30 seconds left to go, the Druckerbockers managed to get a clutch strip and an easy dunk to take the 4-point lead. After a confused and empty possession for Top Notch, the Druckerbockers find themselves traveling to LA to take on GFG in the Road to the Finals championship. The Cinderella story continues. The 12th-seeded Druckerbockers advance 62-56.
So what up, 2K fans? It's your boy Shake. We just saw the best 2K Pro-Am team showcase what they have in the Road to the Finals tournament. And there were plenty of highlights all day. Let's take a look at 4 of the best. First up is Swish Basketball's Talent L getting the steal and dropping the cradle dunk in one fluid motion. Next is DJ Mikey Valid from No Limit, snatching the ball with authority. No easy dunks here. Back to offense with the commission. 1 through 5 drives the lane and slams all over the Druckerbockers. And finally, we have Flawless TW from Witness Gaming, throwing the game-winning buzzer beater back and sending the game to overtime. So vote now for your top play of the Road to the Finals tournament. And remember to share your own top plays on social media with hashtag 2KTVWow. This was Shakedown 2012 from 2KTV. We'll holla at you dudes later.
All right, guys, we are post Road to the Finals elimination tournament. I'm joined by Scott OG and Chris Manning. This tournament was crazy, but we couldn't have asked for anything better in these last 2 games.
Honestly, what we just saw there was 2 of the best games in the entire tournament coming down to the wire. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I mean, not only were they good games, but they were quality basketball that was being played. You know, literally from like winning tips-esque. Like it was like proper formations, appropriate passes, right cuts, rebounding, playing good defense. We saw it all.
I think just that knowing what's on the line, $250,000, a trip to the NBA Finals, there's a lot of pressure there. So I think you saw some of those teams handle the pressure better than others.
These teams earned it. They are the best 2Kers in the world. And I guess we're gonna get to see, you know, who's the best on June 1st.
Druckerbockers versus GFG.
Man.
2 very aggressive, straightforward, focused teams. And I think that when it came down to it in those close games, it came down to shot selection.
Great point. Came down to shot selection and how they got those shots. And the fact that you have the Druckerbockers who are playing that traditional 3 around 2. And then you have GFG who went unconventional 5 out.
Yeah. The defensive rotations on this level of basketball was so good that they were taking away the second and third pass, not the first pass, but like they were already rotating before these plays were even happening, before these passes were even happening.
Absolutely.
Scott.
And you got the team like a Druckerbockers who tries to keep the ball in front of them, plays man D, where we saw with GFG, they're really, like you've mentioned, teams that adapt. They are scrambling around 2-3, man, back to 2-3. So the guards of the Druckerbockers are going to have to play better. They're going to have to play better to win the final.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be intense. Is that going to be more nerve-wracking? Now you have cameras actually in your face, not just me calling you.
Yep, and that's the thing, right? Not only is it $250,000 a trip to the NBA Finals, but you got the entire world focused in on you because you 2 teams are the best teams in the world. The Xbox One, the PS4. Now you're gonna clash on June 1st. There's gonna be a lot of nerves up in there, and you know what? You might yell at your guy over a microphone, you know, hey man, don't make that pass again, or I'm gonna ice you out. In person, it might be a different dynamic. You know, you're not gonna be talking that much trash, you know, when you're face to face.
And you're out of your element. Now you're on an equal playing field, essentially. Are you playing on a 50-inch television? Are you playing on a 75?
Have any early predictions?
Break it down, Mr. Analysis.
I'm gonna go with GFG. GFG has 4 legitimate scorers. They have 1 big that is, God, he reminds me of Aldridge, at least the way they put his accessories together. He's tough, and they have him as a rover, and they have literally 3 guards that get out and get in the passing lanes. And again, we'll go into the final with the GFG being the best defensive team in this tournament.
I think that's a great point, but I'm going to go with the Druckerbockers because if you want to slow the game down and you want to do that, you do that controlling the glass. So the 2 bigs for the Druckerbockers have been dominant throughout this entire tournament. I think that will be a big advantage going against a smaller team. If you slow them down, you control the glass, you control the rebounds, you take away second chance opportunities, take away those long shots, get out and running. Also want to take this opportunity to say, don't take anything away from the teams that lost in this tournament. All these teams really coming through and just competing.
We have the 2 best teams in the world going against each other. That's what it's going to come down to. But for today, we couldn't have asked for anything better.
And now here we are, June 1st, the finals, the championship game, $250,000.
You know what you can do with $250,000, Chris?
Sweaty palms, man.
That's right, guys. And next time you will be seeing 2K TV, we will be in LA on June 1st at that finals game. Thank you, Scott OG. Thank you, Chris Manning.
Good job. Excellent job today.
Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.